Florida Senator Bill Nelson promising tonight he's going to do what he can to prevent harmful drilling near Florida's Everglades. He met today with environmentalists here in Southwest Florida just days after the Dan A. Hughes oil company announced it would not drill at a controversial site in Golden Gate Estates. 4 in Your Corner's Carl Fortier has more on what your senator wants you to know.
Well, Senator Nelson was joined by Collier County officials as well as local environmentalists. The environmentalists say while they're relieved the Dan A. Hughes company abandoned their plans to drill in Golden Gate Estates, they want to see more laws and regulations in case any other oil companies have their eyes on Collier County.
You all said something isn't right here, and we want to make sure that things are right.
It's been more than a year since the Dan A. Hughes company announced plans to drill just 1,000 feet from homes in Golden Gate Estates. For most of that time, Senator Bill Nelson has watched from the sidelines.
I've been watching this very carefully, and I could have jumped into this earlier, but I wanted to let it ripen.
Now, after the oil company announced last week that it would cease oil and natural gas exploration in Collier County, Senator Nelson wants to assure the people of Southwest Florida that he will take a more active role in oil and gas oversight.
We're spending hundreds of billions of dollars in restoring the Everglades. We certainly don't want something like this on the periphery or something directly next door in the Big Cypress Preserve to mess that up.
Before introducing any new legislation, he says he can help by putting more pressure on federal agencies like the EPA.
All of those need to make sure that a new kind of drilling that has just been tried is not harmful to the interest of the people nor the interest of the critters.
Jennifer Hecker of the Conservancy of Southwest Florida says while she's encouraged by the senator's interest, she still has concerns about how fracking-like activity at the Collier-Hogan well may be affecting the groundwater.
We don't want to see the same thing happen again, so we need to get at the systemic issue and fix it, making sure that we have the proper laws and regulations in place going forward so that these types of activities are regulated better in the future.
Carl Fortier, Fox 4 in your corner.
As Carl mentioned, the company behind the project now backing off their plans in Golden Gate. Collier Resources and Dan A. Hughes have mutually agreed to end their oil drilling leasing relationship with the exception of the completed Collier-Hogan well. Hughes has also agreed to withdraw its application for the well near Golden Gate Estates that was already approved by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. Meanwhile, Hughes announcing it's canceled tomorrow's scheduled media tour of the Hogan well.